It's a nerd, it's a lame, it's Mr. Clintastik, and I am here with a set review for M21. Today I'll be focusing on the multicolored spells and the colorless spells. So I'm going to jump right in. Now this is an initial impressions video. I haven't gone through all these spells. I haven't, kind of looked at them and given them a grade yet. This is my initial impressions. I'll probably do another video where I give them grades or put them on a tier list because I know people like that kind of thing. But right now, I'm going to be talking about them in the confines of limited and standard and so forth. So, like I said, let's jump right in. First off is Alpine Houndmaster, a 1 red, 1 white human warrior. When Alpine Houndmaster enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Alpine Watchdog and or a card named Igneous Cur. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Whenever Alpine Houndmaster attacks, it gets X0 until end of turn, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. I don't like this. I don't find this too exciting. It's uncommon. Like if this, yeah, I don't know. Initially, I don't like that too much. I think it might be a little difficult to play with. Not much upside in limited, and I don't think you'll see standard at all. Next, we have Conclave Mentor, a 1 white, 1 green Centaur Cleric. If one or more 1/1 counters will be put on a creature you control, that many plus 1/1 counters are put on that creature instead. When Conclave Mentor dies, you gain life equal to its power. Okay. So I don't know how many things give 1/1 counters. I think that's actually like a little sub-theme going on. And M21 is 1/1 counters. I could be wrong. But when it dies, it gives you some upside too. Maybe you see that in your limited, on your limited battlefields. It's not something I get excited about. Direfleet Warmonger, 1 red, 1 black, 1 generic, orc pirate. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, Direfleet Warmonger gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. 3/3. 3/3 for 3. Okay. It's uncommon, so you might not see many of them, maybe 1 or 2. But you can sack another creature and instantly pump it and gets trample. Now this is something to talk about. Limited, I would play this in limited, especially if I'm going in like an aggro strategy or whatnot. You play your little guys, maybe some little guys that give you, because I've seen like these death trigger theme type situations going on. So maybe you have this kind of guy out there and you swing in and they're like, all right, well, I'm going to block you here. And you're like, all right, I'll sack these guys off. You're still getting big value, especially if those are like 1/1s or something. Way more value than they are as a 1/1. I like Direfleet Warmonger. I'll run 2 or 3 of these if I could get the deck together. Next is Experimental Overload, a 1 red, 1 blue, 2 generic sorcery. Create an XX blue and red weird creature token, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Then you may return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Experimental Overlord. Overload. I'm calling it Overlord. Read, people, read. Okay, I wish this was instant speed. I know beggars can't be choosers, but I really do wish this was instant speed to kind of, to give it a little bit more playability. Like, I feel like giving your opponent a whole turn hurts. But it does let you return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. So I think I know a guy who will definitely be playing this in his limited card pool. He plays Is It all the time. And something like this would be exactly what he's looking for, where he gets to make a creature, get one of his instants back from the yard, and just keep on trucking. So it's uncommon, so you might not see many of them, but I think we'll see that in the limited format. Next is Indulging Patrician, a 1 black, 1 white, 1 generic Vampire Noble with flying lifelink. At the beginning of your instant, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, each opponent loses 3 life. I like that as well. I think that is amazing. It's a 1/4. The fact that its flying is already good. The fact that its lifelink is excellent. I don't think vampire is going to be like a relevant creature type currently, but there is a lot of if you gain 3 life situations going out there. So I think I will play multiples and try to pull this together. I like flyers. I like life linkers, and upside on them is that, you know, I'm not going to complain about it. I like indulging Patricia. Next we have Leafkin Avenger, a 1 green, 1 red, 2 generic elemental druid. You can tap, add green for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Okay? You can pay a red, pay 7. Leafkin Avenger deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. That's a lot of mana. That is a lot of, that's 8 mana to deal damage to a player or planeswalker. In limited, maybe you pop this off just because this is a solid body. A 4/3 where it can like ramp you heavy, maybe 2-3 mana, for instance. I mean, you're gonna get a green based off it alone. So if you have a second 4 power dude, you get 2 mana. I think he's playable, especially in like your red green aggro decks. Yeah, I like it. Elemental Druid. I don't think it'll see standard play, but limited, I might consider it. Here's a reprint, I believe. I know Plague would be happy to see this. Lower scale Caudill. 1 blue, 1 green, 1 generic snake. Whenever you draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on lower scale Caudill. 2/2. Definitely playable, especially if you're running like your Simic, draw goal strategies. You drop this on the board, they don't answer it in any way, and you just sit there letting your guy pump, 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 pump. Next we have Niambi, Esteemed Speaker, a 1 blue, 1 white, legendary creature, human cleric, with flash. I love flash. When Niambi, Esteemed Speaker, enters the battlefield, you may return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, you gain life equal to that creature's converted mana cost. You can pay a blue, a white, and a generic, tap, discard a legendary card, draw 2 cards. Alright, I can think of some ways this could be manipulated, like, you know, they're about to remove your guy with an enchantment or maybe an instant speed spell. You flash this in, you bounce it back to your hand, you're able to save your guy. And I guess the next part is kind of like upside, potentially. I don't know when you're going to want to discard your legendary spell. Maybe you don't have the mana to play it. I'm on the fence with this, currently. It's a 2/1 body. 2/2 would be much better, but it does have some things going on. Not something I'm excited about, but I'm sure somebody's going to try to do something with it in limited. Next we have Obsessive Stitcher, a 1 black, 1 blue, 1 generic human wizard. Tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Also, pay a black, pay a blue, and 2 generic. Tap, sacrifice Obsessive Stitcher, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Haha. Haha, haha. This is nice. I like this a lot. The fact that it brings from the graveyard to the battlefield is really important. I don't know. I just like this a lot. I don't like that it's a 0/3. They could have gave us a point of power. I guess he's not, you know, or she's not for attacking. But still, a point of power to kind of fend off little 1/1s would have been fine. And then if you have this in a deck with a lot of creatures with ETBs, that's just going to be excellent. So, oh yeah, I'm seeing like things I like in blue black, things I like in red black, and things I like in black. So I might be trying to play Grixis this limited season, from what I'm seeing so far. Next we have Rada, Heart of Keld. 1 green, 1 red, 1 generic, Elf Warrior. As long as it's your turn, Rada, Heart of Keld has first strike. You may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may play lands from the top of your library. Ooh. Alright. 1 green, 1 red, 4 generic. Rada gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of lands you control. I like this. It's a 3/3. Now, I guess maybe I got a little too excited. It does not allow you to play multiple lands a turn. So if you see a land on top of your deck, you put it on the field, that's it. You're done. You know, even if there's more lands. So at first I thought you could just keep playing the lands off the top of your deck, like, oh, like a land version of Frenzy or something, but that's wrong. But still, playing lands off the top of your library could allow you to have better draw steps. Will allow you to have better draw steps. As long as it's your turn, Rada has first strike, and you can pump it for 6. So I'm sure I'm going to see Rada on the battlefield. I'm not sure I'll play Rada, but I'm sure I'll see Rada on the battlefield in limited. Next is Sanctum of All, a 5-color spell. Shrine. Okay, so I guess there's 6 shrines, 1 of each color, and then the 5-color version. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search a library and or graveyard for a shrine card, put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If an ability of another shrine you control triggers while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. So I guess this is their way of making shrines pseudo playable. Are they trying to make it playable in standard? If I see a shrine deck in standard, I'm gonna be kind of tilted, especially if it beats me. I'm gonna be even more tilted if it beats me in limited. I'm not gonna try to assemble this strategy, but it'll be interesting to see who does. I like fun stuff like that, even if it's not something I'm immediately gonna try, but I like seeing that kind of thing. Twin Blade Assassins, a 1 green, 1 black, 3 generic elf assassin. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, draw a card. It's a 5/4. Okay, so it's not just if your creature died this turn. It's if any creature died this turn, draw a card. So that gives it a lot more value in my eyes. Golgari players will play this. Maybe if you need like a filler creature towards the end. Next we have Watcher of the Spears, a 1 blue, 1 white bird wizard. Flying. Creature spells with flying. You cast costs 1 less to cast. Alright. Alright. That's that seasoning right there. White, blue, and limited is always pretty good. Something like this at the uncommon level is going to be great. Whenever another creature with flying ETBs under your control, Watcher of the Spears gets 1/1 until end of turn. I would have preferred if this was a 1/1 counter that went on this creature instead of just 1/1 until end of turn. Yeah, so far I do believe the cards that I was most interested in was in Rakdos and Dimir. Like, I like Watcher of Spheres for the fact that it's white blue flyer, but I think Obsessive Stitcher, even Indulging Patrician, I think is pretty good too. Maybe I do like an Esper or a Grixis build. Alright, well that's it for the multicolor spells. Since that was short, I'm just going to move right into the colorless and the artifacts. Alright, here we have Ugin the Spirit Dragon, a reprint. 8 colorless. +2, Ugin the Spirit Dragon deals 3 damage to any target. Awesome. 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 Neg X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less that's one or more colors. Okay. And then neg 10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. I mean, if you don't want to do those things, why are you playing Magic? This is an absolute bomb. It's going to be played in Standard. It's going to be played in Limited. Expect to see Ugin the Spirit Dragon literally everywhere. Next we have Chromatic Orrery, a 7 colorless legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it was mana of any color. You can tap, add 5 colorless. You can tap, pay 5, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. So is this something to pair with those shrines? Is this something to pair with those shrines? I feel like this is something dropped to pair with those shrines. I'm not sure. I'm not going to play this in Limited. I'm not going to play it in Standard. Somebody else is going to have to try to throw that together for me. And it's Mythic. It's Mythic. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody that was hype over Chromatic Orrery, but I kind of forgot why. Forgive me. Next we have Chrome Replicator. I kind of like this artwork. Almost like a suit of armor just came to life and is actually, what is it doing? What is it doing? Is it pulling another one of itself out of the metal? Anyways, 5-drop colorless construct. When Chrome Replicator enters the battlefield, if you control 2 or more non-land, non-token permanents with the same name as one another, create a 4/4 colorless construct artifact creature token. This is 4/4. Okay. So the artwork definitely conveys what he's doing. He's literally like pulling other versions of himself out of the ground. I like this. I would run this in Limited. Actually, it's uncommon, and it triggers off of itself. So if you have your Chrome Replicator out, when the second one ETBs, you will then control 2 or more non-land, non-token permanents with the same name as one another. So you'll be able to create another one of these. If you have 3, you have mad value. If you're able to bring them back from the yard, even more value. I like this a lot for Limited play. And being colorless is even better. Next we have Epitaph Golem, a 5 colorless Golem. Pay 2, put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. It's a 3/5. Forgotten Sentinel, a 4 mana colorless spell. Forgotten Sentinel ETBs tapped. It's a 4/3. I didn't say much about it. I mean, it's so basic. It's like, I mean, if you want to play that in Limited, go ahead. I'm not playing that in Limited. Next, we have Maze Mind Tome, 2 mana. Put a page counter on Maze Mind Tome. Scry 1. Tap, pay 2. Put a page counter on Maze Mind Tome. Draw a card. And when there are 4 or more page counters on Maze Mind Tome, exile it if you do gain 4 life. It's rare. I like the flavor of it. Like, this is a book, and every turn you're turning a page of it. I really like that. It lets you scry just by tapping it. You can draw a card from it by paying 2, which is sweet. And it forces you to have to exile it. So you're not going to get this value forever. You're only going to get it for a short period of time. I think that could be Limited playable. Next we have Meteorite, a 5 colorless. When Meteorite ETBs, it deals 2 damage to any target. Add 1 mana of any color by tapping it. Oh, it's 5 mana. Jeez Louise. I'm probably not playing that unless there's something that like drastically reduces the cost of these creatures, these colorless creatures. No. I guess I talked myself into it. Palladium Meyer? Is that how you say that? Palladium Meyer? I think that's it. Palladium Meyer. 3 colorless Meyer that adds 2 colorless mana. 2/2. Maybe that'll make this a little easier to put together, but I don't want to have to try to assemble this. I think that's what I mean by would I play it or not. If I feel like it's too difficult for me to assemble, I'm not going to do it. Prismite, 2 mana. You can pay 2, add a mana of any color. It's a 2/1. Not excited by that. Short Sword, a 1 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets 1/1 and you can equip for 1. Not excited about that. Silent Dart, a 1 mana artifact. Pay 4, tap, sacrifice Silent Dart. It deals 3 damage to target creature. I actually like Silent Dart. It's helped me in the past get rid of some pesky threats. So I might play it in limited if I don't find that we have enough removal to deal with certain threats. And if I find that 3 damage is enough to deal with most of my issues. Sky Scanner, 3 mana, flyer. When Sky Scanner ETBs, draw a card. I like Sky Scanner a lot. It would have been cool if it says like find a mana or something, but draw a card is excellent. Solemn Simulacrum. Solemn Simulacrum. See, now I'm starting to see why Saffron Olive just kind of threw away pronunciation. What are they doing? Like I haven't heard any of these words in my life. 4 colorless Golem. When Solemn Simulacrum ETBs, you may search your library for a basic land card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped. Shuffle your library. When it dies, you may draw a card. It's a 2/2. These are like really lackluster. People are excited about Spark Hunter Masticore, 3 colorless artifact. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card. I don't want to do that. Protection from Planeswalkers. That's what people like about it, but I don't find it too exciting. I mean, it stops Baby Teferi, but I mean, Baby Teferi is going to be rotating. Pay 1, Spark Hunter Masticore deals 1 damage to target Planeswalker, so you're paying 3 mana plus 1 mana to deal 1 point of damage to a Planeswalker. And pay 3, Spark Hunter Masticore gains indestructible until end of turn. So you're paying 6 mana to... I just think it's too mana intensive, but I could be wrong. Next is Tormod's Crypt. Sacrifice Tormod's Crypt. Exile all cards from target player's graveyard. So overall impressions from today, because I'm not excited about Tormod's Crypt either. I think Ugin is just kind of like the sauce of the day. They put all the cool stuff into Ugin. And I like this Chrome Replicator as well. I think that's an interesting spell. I think it's really cool, actually. And then, like I said, the Obsessive Stitcher, being able to get things back from the graveyard to the battlefield, is very interesting. And Direfleet Warmonger, being able to just pump itself by sacking other creatures. I mean, just over and over again, you could get in a swing. Say you have 5 1/1s on the field, you swing in all. You know, they block this guy, you sack those 1/1s, you're all of a sudden making this a 13/13, like, with trample. So yeah, that is the full set. We got some temples dropping, but that's about it. Let me see, is there any interesting lands? We got Animal Sanctuary. You can add a colorless, pay 2, tap, put a 1/1 counter on target bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake. They're reprinting Fabled Passage. Radiant Fountain. When Radiant Fountain enters the battlefield, gain 2 life. It gives you colorless. We got some Scry lands here. Some gain 1 life lands. And that is it. That is the full set for M21. This video will be up tomorrow on my YouTube page, where you can find all of my set reviews for M21. I've done each and every color now. And I'm gonna be trying to do this in the future. So if you enjoy content like this, please let me know in the comment section below. And be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Catch me on Twitch when I am live. So that'll wrap it up for the set review. I'm gonna have a few more games on stream, and I'll see y'all next time.